Hello, welcome back. When I reloaded the save file here, it's suddenly offering me Man of the Hour. And we've got a 21-year-old, 3 command star. Very good option here, so we're obviously going to accept. Still find that a bit strange though, because I'm pretty sure we weren't being offered him at the end of the previous part. But yeah, the main thing we're going to be doing today is... I am going to go ahead and I'm going to launch an attack on Rome. I probably wouldn't do that, to be honest, if I were just playing on my own, so to speak. But... because I'm making videos, I feel like it's the more entertaining option than just starving it out, so let's just go for it. I mean, it's going to save us 7 turns if we can do it successfully, so I think it does make sense to have a go. And I'm going to try and revamp this force a bit, because it's a little bit on the weak side. I think we can definitely strengthen it a bit. Let's just check we can actually reach him. Looks like we can, at least with Cav. Infantry actually can't reach him. Okay. Alright, not sure how to feel about that. Definitely we're going to send him at least one more family member, because the Senate still have, I think, at least 3 family members. There's 2 there, and I think there's 1 in the town. So they're still pretty scary. They could definitely beat us if we go into the town square. Need to be a little bit careful of that. And I am going to try and beef this guy up if we can. I'm not sure that made any difference, and frankly... if there's nothing else we can do, then we might as well just go for it. Let's see if these guys actually back us up. No, they don't, so we're just gonna have to go in. We have 2 siege towers and 2 battering rams. I prefer not to use the rams at all, but we might need them.
Brave warriors! I have won great renown through leading men to victory. I see no reason to change the habits of a lifetime today. There stands the army of the Roman Senate. They are worthy enemies. This is the end of the road. This is the last battle. The enemy have nowhere left to run. They must hold us here, or like so many ghosts, vanish away utterly.
So I have to say, I was really expecting to see some epic stone walls here, and also... we could get in the past, we could go straight in, and it looks like the gates are already broken, so we might just be able to just charge straight in here. I'm not sure why it didn't tell us that before. We didn't need to build the siege towers at all, as it turns out. But it looks like we will be able to go in through that way, if we want to. Depends how many defenders are there, but wow, it looks really quite difficult to get into the town square. I suppose we can go around this way. I wonder if we can deploy on that side. That might be a little bit easier. Because yeah, this particular way in is very difficult. But yeah, the walls are kind of pathetic actually. Just normal stone walls, I think. Maybe large stone walls. But I was expecting something a lot more impressive from Rome itself. I'm not sure we can really get in before the opponents do. What is this? Aqueduct? It's not what an aqueduct looks like, is it? Oh, I guess... okay. Okay, so we kind of can come in this way. And I think... yeah, that looks to be the fastest way into the town square from what I can see. So let's put ourselves on this side and try to rush in before the reinforcements can scupper our plans.
Forward! The enemy have brought more men to the fight.
Okay, so they've got light auxiliary on the walls. We can indeed just go straight in. So I'm not going to waste any time. We're going to try and charge in. No one to really stop us here. Hastati, that's going to be pretty easy to take down. I'm just going to try and charge into them. There aren't any arrow towers here as well, which is also going to make things a lot easier. And the reinforcements are coming in from the other side, so we want to make sure we can try and take the town square itself before they can arrive, if possible. Auxilia, we're going to use against the Armored General. I don't have a huge amount of faith in them, but hopefully with help from our Praetorians, they're going to be okay. And then these guys, I guess we could charge them in. They don't seem to have any spearmen up here. Let's check out these other units. So more light auxilia and velites, so very much the wrong types of units to try and hold off heavy infantry. So let's just go for it. Principes we might as well bring in too. We are taking a few losses here. They are going to be able to throw down a few volleys, but hopefully the losses will be fairly minimal. I don't really want to be sending this unit in at all. In fact, I think I'm going to try and withdraw them from the fight, because we might at least have a chance then of retraining them. Although, if they're going to go a stupid way out, then I'm going to have to send them off manually. Okay, and then in the back we've got some archers, which I'm not sure we're going to get much use out of. And I'm not overly happy about having to take these hits. Astarte's holding out surprisingly well, so we are taking a few losses here. The reinforcements are coming in from the back, but the ones in the corner haven't made it yet, so hopefully we can kind of solidify our position in the town before they show up. This surely has to be the end for them. Okay, Astarte down. Let's see. So if we want to get into the town square, I think we will find the leader of the Senate, and I think those are war dogs. A small number of war dogs, which is honestly fine. Still being shot here, but we're on our way through. They don't seem to be coming down from the walls at all. So yeah, I think we're going to try and move as many units out of this place as we can, as soon as we can. So in the middle there, it looks like they've got quite a few units, but I'm hoping with the sheer number of cav we have here, we should be able to just about handle them, and then that will give our infantry time to arrive before the rest of the reinforcements get there. So yeah, still taking lots of losses. Let's see. Still no indication they're going to try and come off the walls, so I think we just have to go for this. Apparently everyone is trying to get in, but really difficult to actually get through there. Someone's already routing. Not sure why. Not sure what actually happened to them. Okay, looks like they're coming off the walls, so let's see what we can do to fight them. A unit of Velites should be very easy to beat. I don't want to send too many to fight these because I'm very wary of glitches. And then over here, yeah, we should have the numbers, I think, just to close this out. Still taking quite a few losses with the infantry. Can't seem to get them to face the right way, which is annoying. But as long as we don't touch the town square, they might not actually come to attack us at all. So what's going on here? Okay, so these guys are routing. On the other side, the early legionary cohort is getting a few kills, so let's try and kill those. These guys are slowly gathering up, but holy crap, he is charging in, so we're just going to have to go for it. He goes into the barbarian cav first, which is not ideal because I think they're going to rout pretty quickly. We'll try and rally the troops if we can. And let's try and get around the back of him too. Get him on the flank. Now, just going to have to charge into him with everything we have because it is massively in his favour, I think. But we do have twice his number. That should make a difference. We should be able to bring him down. As elsewhere, still taking losses towards the towers, but there we go, taking out the man himself. Doesn't necessarily help us too much, so I'm not going to rout. There we go, war dogs coming in too, that's going to slightly complicate things. Let's just try and get every unit over here, if possible, and let's have a little look at the numbers. So they've still got 36 left. I'd say that percentage-wise, it's pretty even, but with the war dogs coming in, it's maybe actually slightly against us. The units are relatively confident. Need to get the infantry in here. As actually, because he's not in the town square, he does actually rout. So we're able to get a few really easy kills there. Let's try and finish him off before we can get back. Then the war dogs will get a few kills, but we should be able to deal with them pretty easy. And then it's just a case of, I don't know if we can really hold the town square for 3 minutes before one of them will arrive, but it is a bit of a labyrinth, so it's possible. It's certainly worth a go. We can kind of cheese our way to victory with the timer. Let's just see what we can do. So we need to kill the men. I don't think the dogs matter. I think there's like one guy left. There we go. Alright, so they've got 3 minutes now to get back into the town square. If I can just block off the ways through, we might be able to time them out. So I think it doesn't look to me like they're going to make it. Really try and block all this off. Every way in. That's not quite going to work. I think that'll have to do. They won't be able to get through there too easily. Still being shot by the towers on our way through. I think it's the towers anyway. Could be these. I think they're glitching out a bit. Yeah, it looks like we're still being shot by the towers, but that's honestly okay. This guy, I must have accidentally sent him in. He's probably dead. I wonder if I can just leave him under there. Because the thing is, I can retrain them in one turn, which is great. So I definitely want him to survive. Let's try and stop him there. I think it's the Bannerman, or whatever he's called. Don't know what he's called. But yeah, it's looking like we're mostly going to be able to hold this position. Make sure these guys are running. Other ways in, we've already got this one pretty much covered, so it looks like, yeah, there's just 2 ways in. Should be able to easily block those off. Yeah, they got 1 minute left to get someone back to the town, and I think we're going to be able to easily prevent that from happening. They're starting to file down here. I'm going to just try and run this man away because I think he's in real trouble. Actually, you know what? Let's leave him there. They might ignore him. They have to try and get back to the town square, and I'd like to probably try and block him. Some of these. If we just leave these here, we should have a pretty hard time getting past that. And otherwise, I can't see any other way they're going to get in, so let's just speed this up, and hopefully we'll take the town. Perfect. Alright, definitely going to end the battle straight away. Average victory. They got more kills than us, but...
Our soldiers have done well.
Hang on, what did he just say? I missed that. I don't know if that was like a unique voice clip, but damn, okay. Well, I'll hear it back later, but yeah.
A day of victory, worthy of Rome and her armies.
We've taken Rome, which means we can now recruit the Legionary First Cohort, which is probably the best infantry unit in the game, apart from possibly the Urban Cohort, at least as far as the Romans go. Massacre 20,000, looks like we have to keep them happy. And then there's just a couple of rebels left, which I'm probably going to ignore, but yeah, it's good that the reinforcements are actually not able to do anything in the end. And looks like the one guy just kind of faded into oblivion, so sadly not able to do anything with him, but yeah, let's have a look. So we can recruit the early Legionary First Cohort, but not the Legionary First Cohort, so it looks like we need to get the Urban Barracks for that, which is quite expensive, but we do have lots of extra money now, so let's do it. Let's put them up to a very high tax rate, and... let's still go ahead and pick up an early Legionary Cohort, just for the sake of getting the Eagle, which is going to improve the morale of the rest of our forces. I think that is worth doing. And then we're going to take our unit of Cab Auxilia, board the ships, and I'm hoping, yeah, we can reach Corrales this turn. The strong navy here, so should be pretty safe. To besiege that, that's pretty weak. We can probably just storm it, to be honest. 1 unit of Astarte, 2 units of Ballista. Probably not going to do too much to us. This force is also pretty weak. I think we can probably just attack that with our navy. Let's do it. Yeah, massively in our favour. Don't manage to sink them, but we do manage to scare them off. And we can then return to Carthage, potentially pick up a few more units if we want to. And then what we're going to do with our new family member is we're going to make sure we don't forget to build a few siege towers. Maybe a sap point and a ram. And I think we can probably just auto-resolve that next turn, especially if we bring these up. I'm going to try and scare this guy off, which, yeah, we do manage to. So turn around. And yeah, if we attack that with both of our forces, we can probably take that pretty easy. The Brutii do have a very large force coming towards Capua. It's a little bit worrying. And I think, just to be safe, I am going to pick up the mercenaries. Because just in terms of sheer numbers, they do kind of have us beat there. At least at the moment. We're going to get some more archers. And then, over here, in Egypt, we can reach this army, which I don't know how strong it is. But I think we should do it. Actually, we can easily check that out. 100% chance of success. Let's see. So yeah, a lot of this stuff is pretty weak. The Nubian Spearman, I have now figured out, has a morale stat of 2, which is the lowest in the game outside of peasants. It's the same as Militia Hoplites and Eastern Spearmen, but like all of those units have notoriously awful morale, so You pretty much don't need to worry about them at all, you can easily scare them off. And I'm not sure if we can really chase them down, let's see. No, can't chase them down, but next turn should be able to finish them off. SPQR's been destroyed, as we know, and we've been forced to sack Rome in order to keep them happy. As, we can build a temple here if we want to, but no, I do want to go just for the urban barracks because I really want to recruit some legionary first cohorts. And then in this town we can pick up something else. Catapult range I don't think we need. Pantheon, probably not. Maybe the armorer could work. I'm not sure whether to go back into the town, because not too much of this stuff needs to be retrained, so we probably don't. Probably better just to try and hold the position if we can. And then we do have this force over here, but I'm kind of leaning towards waiting just for one turn to see what happens with Britannia and the Julii here. Hopefully they'll weaken each other a little bit. And they've got some more big forces coming over actually, so might actually have to just go for this. Yeah, we can easily beat that guy. We can do it with reinforcements, that'd be better. Okay, let's just auto-resolve that. How did they manage to get 80 kills? Didn't actually check what they were, to be fair. Alright, so this town is, it's pretty weak. It's mostly post-Marian, but still, we've got much bigger forces we can go straight in if we want to. Let's bring up a few more units. Let's see, if we go to take them in the town itself, they only have wooden walls, but it's still going to be kind of hard to push through, that's the thing, they have such tiny gates. I'm not necessarily that confident we can do it, particularly because we don't have archers, so we don't really have anything to try and draw them out. Yeah, that's not ideal, but I think it's so easily doable that, and it's so massively in our favor that we kind of have to do it. So let's compare these. So this guy's a good attacker, so he's going to get +2 command if we attack. The other guy, also a good attacker, so it looks like they're more or less the same. I think we should base it on which one has the stronger force, which this guy has more cav, more post-Marian units. Not sure if I can actually swap these around or not, doesn't look like I can. Okay, so got to make a choice out of these two forces. If we go in with mostly cav, we can probably handle most of that stuff, but on the other hand, this is a lot of Hastati, Equites, and very outdated things, so yeah, it's got to be Marcus or Stilius here. Let's go for it, and if things really do go badly, then we should be able to bring some reinforcements in. So unfortunately, I have set my allies to actually come in under AI control here, which I think is definitely going to lead to a lot more losses than we might have otherwise had to deal with. But let's just try and charge in, see what we can do. So they've got some auxilia there, which is good for our legionnaire units. I think we can just charge in and fight them. Could try and throw our volleys at them. I guess if we have this many units doing it, it might just about work out. So let's go for it. As wow, they are really just charging in with absolutely everything. They are going to lose so many. And I don't know if I can really reload the game. They're going into Principes with Equites. Yeah, I think they're going to end up routing. What I don't know is, if the AI is controlling them, do they still have to deal with the penalties from the difficulty settings? I'm not sure. I think they probably do, but I don't know that for sure. I'm going to try and launch a volley at these, as it looks like we're just being forced to go in and attack them straight up. Can throw a little bit, I think. They've got some Velites there, and then some more Auxilia. Should all be fine. If we can take out the Auxilia with our Legionnaires,
Time to press on and capture this place.
That should be fine, and then we can use the cavalry to kill the rest. Let's see. So in terms of how things are going, they think they're going to lose, so that's good. The problem is the lack of surface area makes it kind of difficult to make things happen here, as if we look on the other side, surprisingly they have managed to, I think, take the walls. They're going to take so many unnecessary losses, which is really upsetting me, and somehow they managed to get in much more easily. So, I mean, maybe if I just charge them with my cav, I might get in a bit better. But yeah, unfortunately, we've got to just slowly grind these down. I don't think we have much of a choice. So let's hope that they don't throw away too many men on this side. First to rout are the Julii, so that's good, that's a good sign, but in the centre of town, they've got 2 units of, well, 1 unit of Legionary Cohort and 1 unit of Early Legionary Cohort, which is definitely, on this difficulty setting at least, should be enough to scare off or beat the Equites. And they've got Roman Armoured General too. Yeah, I really don't trust the AI to get that right, so we can just scare off these Auxilia. They're really holding out surprisingly well. We can just scare them off and get into the town. And hopefully keep our reinforcements alive as much as possible. Not sure where they all are. Okay, so they're kind of bunched up against the walls here. We can only kill a few at a time. Let's just speed this up a bit. It's going to get a bit laggy, but this is a bit of a grind at the moment, so just gotta clear them out. They managed to actually push us outside of the walls. And I'm not sure what's going on with the reinforcements. I can imagine that, well, they're going around next to the arrow towers, probably taking lots of losses there. Okay, so I need to try not to forget that in future. That is quite unfortunate. Roman Cav, not the best, but I'm hoping that with the sheer numbers we have here, we'll probably be okay to take on the general. And yeah, I'm just going to try and push all the way through here. I'm a bit scared of the Auxilia, but if we go in with this many cav, we might be okay, as the general certainly considered going for us, but decided not to. We have managed to scare off the Auxilia, so that's good. Okay, let's pause it while I fix the speed settings. And where's he gone? He's gone around there for some reason. Okay. Alright, so these are velites, so we can easily charge them down. I don't think we need to wait for the rest of our units to get in. And then the infantry we're just going to send up to take on the other infantry in the center of town. As yeah, we are taking on the velites. That should be fine. We need to avoid the Auxilia though, that's the risk. So over on this side, Roman Cav, they've managed to beat them, so maybe they don't actually have to deal with the difficulty penalties. Which would be a bit of an oversight by the devs, but I would really expect them to do a lot worse than that. You can see how well the velites hold out even against cavalry, but the Auxilia are coming in, so I think we're gonna have to pull back. Do manage to rout them, but yeah, we really can't risk our units here. Let's just send after, let's just send some Scutarii, or whatever they're called, after them instead. And we're gonna send these guys just into the center of town, I think. There's some of them already on their way. Let's see, so our allies have made it to the town square. We're just gonna have to try and surround them, I think. The armored general there, 53 men is not too bad. We can probably handle that with our sheer numbers. So the Auxilia are starting to come in, but we should have some units going for them. Just in case we don't, I'm gonna specifically target them once again. They're shaken, so we should be able to rout them pretty fast. Okay, so our allies are starting to rout on the other side. These are all equites and things too, which on the one hand it doesn't really matter too much because we're not going to use them for much, but on the other hand it's also kind of bad because we can't replace them. They're kind of like relics of a sort, I guess. Alright, let's see. So these guys need to try and surround. I'm hoping with the sheer numbers we'll be able to do that. And let's see, so Spanish mercenaries are routing. So are the Auxilia, by the looks of it. Yeah, so we've managed to rout that unit of Auxilia, so that's all going to be fine. And then yeah, we really do have the numbers here to make this work. We should be okay. It's not really in our favour with the types of units we're using. Roman Cav, not the best, but got a good surround going on him. Even the armored general thinks defeat is certain, so we should be pretty much fine to do that. The Roman Cav on the other side, taking a fight that they know they shouldn't be taking. Legionary cohort there is fighting our leader. Let's just check where he is. Okay, he's right at the front, which is not what I wanted to see. I'm going to try and pull him out. It's a bit risky. Yeah, I really don't want to be sending him in to do that, necessarily. He needs to get out. See, most of our units just cannot get through the streets fast enough.
The enemy general flees! Press forward! The enemy general is slain.
Okay, got the main man. Let's see. Legionary cohort, let's just charge into them with everything we have. Keep our general towards the back. We don't want them pulling off some kind of mass rout. Let's see. Okay, so they're starting to get concerned over their exposed flanks. In theory, the early legionary cohorts are getting involved, but it doesn't really look like they're doing too much. Just gonna have to grind this one out, I think. We will take more losses than they do, but I think we just have to accept that. Should be able to retrain quite a few of these. I'm not sure how good this town is. Looks like maybe the AI is going to help us a bit here. Hit them in the back. Not have to worry about getting jammed up in the streets quite as much as we are. Yeah, there we go. That's actually going to help us, so fair play to them. They have actually made some kind of difference. Legionary cohort, yeah, defeat is a distinct possibility. They're starting to lose confidence. Let's just speed this up and await the inevitable. I think they've been routed. Okay, that's fine. Definitely going to beat them. They are holding out surprisingly well, but I don't think we're taking losses too quickly. We're clearly taking losses, but yeah, it's not like it's not a massacre. They really are holding out, though. I think the weather just changed. Okay, let's see how bad was this. There will be lots of losses on both sides, I'm sure. Okay, actually we got more kills than they did, which is probably partly because we used cavalry, and obviously one unit of cavalry is, or at least one cavalry soldier, is worth more than a standard infantryman, but I could have gone a lot worse. I'm not sure. Yeah, we actually lost similar numbers. In fact, I lost more than the AI, so yeah, maybe I've underestimated them slightly. Alright, I'm not sure how long it's been, but it's now 8 o'clock, which means it is time for the Champions League final, which I've been meaning to watch all day, so I'm not going to drag it on any further. I'm not sure what we should do here. It looks like we can get away with occupying. So, yeah, let's just do that, and just stay in the town, nice and safe. Retrain as many units as we can, so we can actually retrain all the cavs, so that's absolutely perfect. And we can actually train a new unit too. Not the best buildings here. I think we're just going to get some auxilia in case they come at us with lots of generals and things. But yeah, we've taken 2 towns, one of which is Rome, so we've definitely had some good achievements here. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.